Why did Sam Fox and Mick Fleetwood present the Brit Awards? Seemed like a good idea at the time. On BBC One in half an hour.
A magnificent setting, two great teams. What drama here?
It's Wright for Arsenal. Ian Wright yet again.
Not good. Tufnell's got him.
No way! Oh dear.
And look at that! And here comes Hurt. He's got some people on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now.
Hello and welcome to They Think It's All Over. This week's sports headlines. Paul Gascoigne says he no longer wishes to be known as Paul Gascoigne or Gazza. So presumably we'll have to call him the artist formerly known as Pissed. And after Wayne Rooney's girlfriend Colleen's latest shopping trip, the last few items of her luggage finally arrived from New York. With Ian and Rory is the snooker world champion and fanatical gooner who says he wants his ashes to be scattered over Highbury. Well, at least Arsene Wenger can have a new excuse. I'm sorry, I did not see the incident. I had Ronnie O'Sullivan's ashes in my eye. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan. Of course, I'd be asked to be good by then, but doesn't matter. With Phil and Jonathan is a Formula One presenter who's recently published a book which lifts the lid on the sport. Despite the fact that it's a scathing attack on motor racing, Bernie Ecclestone rushed out and bought 5 copies so he can stand on them to kiss his wife. Beverley Turner. We start the show with a special round devoted to the gum-chewing tyrants on the touchline, the managers, as we play Gaffer Mania. So, Ian, Rory and Ronnie, here are your questions. To what did Chelsea boss Jose Mourinho compare his squad of players when he took over at the club?
He compared them to Prince Andrew, that blue, thick and rich.
Can you say that about Prince Andrew?
I don't need to make yours, is he?
No, I like the royal family.
Do you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
What, the programme? Something to do with Ranieri's previous regime?
I'm thinking oranges rings a bell.
Oh yeah, didn't he say something like?
I'm sure
it's like with fruit. You get one fruit in a big box of fruit, and it infects the rest.
Yep, you get a point for that. He actually said when you have a big box of oranges and one of the oranges is sick, 1 month later you have 10 oranges to send to the garbage. What did Paul Merson claim that Arsene Wenger had given Arsenal?
What do you think, Ronnie?
Trophies?
Yeah. Trophies. FA Cup. The FA Cup. The FA Cup. The Premiership title. The Premiership title. The Premiership title. The European... Oh, sorry, not that one.
Go on then. What did Paul Merson claim that Arsene Wenger had given Arsenal?
I remember that, yeah. He actually said Arsene Wenger gave us unbelievable belief.
I know, that is fantastic.
It's a great line.
The manager, he said, has given us unbelievable belief. Which word was used by Crystal Palace boss Ian Dowie to describe his team's success in getting a result after being a goal down?
Fluke. Did he say, at last we've scored what they call those things when the ball goes to the back of the net? He said, at last 2 points. Oh, it's 3 points now.
It's one of them. He made it up. It's one of them made-up words, wasn't it?
It is.
I know. I do know.
Bouncebackability.
Bouncebackability is indeed the word he used.
That sounds like one of those big Ron Atkinson words, that like early doors and get atable and easy oozy.
And his new one, big issue.
Yeah, there is actually a campaign to get bounce-back-ability into the Oxford English Dictionary. It may soon be joined by this season's buzzword at Palace, down by Christmasness. Right, Phil, Jonathan and Beverley. What did Alex Ferguson insist was denied to the opposition at Old Trafford?
Penalties.
Yes, that's certainly true.
Extra time.
Showers.
No.
Fake tans.
No.
Peanuts.
No.
Cashew nuts.
No. I'm going to give you a clue now. No nut-based answers are correct.
Is it a comfort issue? It's to do with
there is a
comfort.
comfort issue there. Yeah.
Blue blankets, blue blankets.
No, not a comforter issue, a comfort issue.
It's in the dugout. It's to make little bit. They weren't allowed heaters in the dugout, so they all.
That's right. He banned radiators in the away dugouts, which is why you often see away players huddled around Sir Alex's face, trying to keep warm. Well done. Okay. According to Portsmouth boss Harry Redknapp, why are foreign players more difficult?
Because they try to pull his daughter-in-law.
No.
Is it something to do with tights and gloves?
No.
Oh, I don't know then.
Is it to do with, like, the culture? What do British footballers do? Or that...
Get pissed a lot.
Yeah.
Get pissed, they go out, they screw pastry girls,
Yeah.
PlayStation,
Fish and chips.
tattoos, they'll have a tattoo.
Drinking and chatting. And...
I'm going to give you the point anyway. Apparently they don't bother with golf, horse racing, and they don't like to drink, is the answer. Right, next question. Lover-at England boss Sven-Göran Eriksson has recently lent his name to which refreshing product?
Aftershag lotion.
Is there such a thing?
Shake and vac.
They're the same thing! Any answers?
Femfresh.
No.
What is Femfresh?
Oh, you see it in the
Is it something that you put on your chilli? Or is that creme fraiche?
Hold on, let me get this straight. You, Phil Tufnell, put creme fraiche on your chili.
Well, I don't.
I'd rather that than he put Femfresh on his chili, wouldn't you? Last time I eat out with you in the evening.
If you use Femfresh, do you get to go on all sorts of really extreme rides and...
Oh, yeah, I've seen those things.
Because I want to do it.
Yeah. It looks like you just get a free trip to Alton Towers.
It's one of the few things you haven't advertised, Ian, isn't there?
Well, there's time.
Come on, let's have an answer.
I think it's a refreshing drink.
Yes, it is.
It's a refreshing drink. I think I read about this. It's, is it a water, a fizzy water?
It's a water. Well done. Yes. Sven lent his name to bottled mineral water. It's called Aqua Terrena and has no sparkle whatsoever. What did Chelsea boss Jose Mourinho wave at traffic wardens when his car was about to be clamped?
Roman Abramovich's money.
No.
Checkbook.
No.
Arse.
No. I don't think Jose Mourinho goes around with Roman Abramovich's arse. I don't think it's a portable arse in that sense.
Was he trying to clamp the car? Or was he trying to clamp Joe Cole for spending too long sitting on the subs bench?
No.
Very nearly a proper sporting joke.
No. It's only the joke bit that was missing.
Just a gesture, like fingers.
No.
Was it an enormous sombrero that he had been sleeping under, hence not noticing the arrival of aforementioned traffic wardens?
No, but a lovely image.
Was it a donkey that he'd been trying to crush with some similarly like-minded Spanish-related friends?
No.
Was it a donkey he'd been trying to throw out of a tower in a different but no doubt related form of celebration?
No.
Was it a donkey that he'd been thinking of making into coriza, the delicious sausage which I believe does contain donkey meat?
No. I'm going to help you here.
Oh.
Was it not a donkey?
It's not a donkey-related...
Was it a peanut?
It's no nuts or donkeys involved. Or hobnobs.
Are you passing it over, Nick?
No, he's not passing it over, Righty.
Car keys.
And if he did, judging by the way you played the match, you'd bloody miss it.
No. Come on, let's have this answer.
He sounds like a Bond villain. Did he wave a gun that he'd assembled from a lighter and a pen?
No. Red card. A red card?
No.
A yellow card?
No. No cards. You can't just say everything until you get it right.
Was it a picture of Bismarck?
It was not a picture of Bismarck.
Yeah, no. Chelsea scarf?
No, it was a plastic knife. Jose Mourinho started his career at Sporting Lisbon as Sir Bobby Robson's translator. He learnt a lot from Sir Bobby, and even today his team sheet includes the big lad, what's his name, and that bastard Alan Shearer. At the end of that round, Phil's team has 3 points and Ian's team has 3 points. Ludicrously won. We crack on with the snooker question. Ian, Rory and Ronnie, take a look at this. Here's world number 6, Matthew Stevens, seeing off Stephen Hendry in the final of last year's UK Snooker Championship. But the Welshman has recently had a falling out with Carmarthen's Jubilee Club, where he practised. So why the snooker spat? Ian's team.
can we just welcome the legend that is Ronnie O'Sullivan to this show?
I love Ronnie because it's just genius. He's one of those people who's taken his sport to another level.
That's
you
true.
know? He's practicing all day with his right hand. He's so good. He says, you know something, I'm going to practice with my left hand now. And then you make 100 break with a left hand as well, can't you? What was it like when you done the first one? Was it against Alan Robidoux, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought he was taking the piss.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Well, you was, Ron.
Oh, sorry.
To be honest. Can you imagine? What's it like when you use your left hand? Is it like someone else is doing it?
The thing is, Ron, I mean, you don't play proper snooker, do you like what we know as proper snooker? You don't play winner stays on, do you?
Well, in a sense.
How do you define a good player or a bad player? What is a shit player?
If you're a shit player, that's when you say to your mate, did you put my 4 up?
My best break is 1-5-1.
A 1, a 5, and then another 1?
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Phil's best break was when the urine test came back negative. That was... He couldn't believe his luck.
Ron, man, I'd just like to say, Ron, well done for winning the other day, mate. Ron, man, top draw, man. Ron, hey! Ron, if you get your ashes, sorry, mate, if you get your ashes spread around Highbury, it's going to be a Sainsbury's, isn't it? They're moving up the road. Yeah! You ain't thought of that, have you? Delay it a little bit.
That's Phil all over, isn't it? Right on the end of the first time it was mentioned. Half an hour ago, 35 minutes ago, Phil... Oh, hold on a minute.
Hey, didn't you get told off for making obscene gestures recently?
I didn't get told off. There was a few people saying things, and they said if I carried on doing it, they were threatening me.
Was it that you needed 2 more snookers, or that you needed to wipe down your queue? Because it's so easy to misinterpret these gestures during the game.
It was the wipe down my queue.
It was the wipe down your queue.
I think it's real, not a real sport, though. I mean, no disrespect on it. It's not real sport. It's a pub game, and it's snooker. It's a pub game.
Cool.
Do you think it should be part of a pub pentathlon? You know, the snooker, darts, fruit machine, chatting at the barmaid, and synchronised pissing on the fag end in the. What was the question again, Nick?
Matthew Stevens. With Carmarthen's Jubilee Club.
Didn't he say something really... I think he said something really rude about the Welsh national football team. I think he called them the Welsh national football team. It's a bit below the belt, I think.
It is a little bit.
I think Matthew Stevens donated to said club a... was it a table or a set of cues?
Table.
A table they didn't like. What was the reason?
It was his own table, and it was too fast for all the punters
It's
to
the
play.
correct answer for 3 points. Well done. Yeah, in fact, it was all because of the practice table that Matthew Stevens had generously donated. The members at the Carmarthen Jubilee Club were unhappy with it, saying that the cloth on the table was too fast and the pockets too small, and asked the UK champion to find somewhere else to practice. The table was the fastest thing in Wales and will be until Charlotte Church hears this 5p off Bacardi Breezers at Quick Save. Phil, Jonathan and Beverley, your question's a motor racing one. Here's some highlights from the demonstration Grand Prix held in London's Regent Street earlier this summer. But when the authorities reminded the motor racing teams of the capital's strict 30 miles an hour speed limit, the Grand Prix drivers chose to ignore it. So what was their excuse for willfully breaking the law, Phil's team?
Formula One, it's not a real sport, is it?
Oh, don't. I mean...
Come on, if you're in a fast car, anyone could do it, couldn't they?
Well, maybe. It's a business, really. It's not really a sport.
How come they don't have a ladies' Formula One?
OK, it's not because they can't get the shopping in the boot. It's not the parking.
3-pointer?
No, it's not the 3-pointer.
Nattering on the mobile. You described in your book the Formula men, you said Formula One is filled with men who are short and, what did you say, short and stupid? Or
No.
What did you say?
They're not all short and stupid. They're not particularly tall, but they're not all stupid.
You described men as spoilt. Spoilt, short men.
Not all of them.
Phil!
Phil's in my book.
Is he in your book?
Yeah, he gets a very brief mention, because we met at the Silverstone Grand Prix.
I've seen so many women talk about Phil and do that gesture. So many times.
I don't know whether you were there at the Silverstone Grand Prix ball, but they had all the Foster's girls walking around. They've got their little tiny lycra tops and tiny lycra shorts, the pit babes, and they're handing out drinks at the ball. And, and I kind of turned to the guy I was sat with, and I was like, I can't believe a sport that prides itself on being cutting edge still has women like this on display.
The thing about it is...
And he said, I know, they're pigs. You think they'd find some attractive ones?
So they can't go 30 mile an hour. I'd like.
Oh, God, I forgot there was a question.
I'd like to see the old Bill try and catch him. Wouldn't it? It'd be funny, wouldn't it? He'd walk up to him like that and go, "Evening, sir. Who do you think you are, then? Michael Schumacher." You are Michael Schumacher.
No, I like the policeman's voice as well. It took me back to the 1950s. It was lovely.
Why were they allowed to go over 30 miles an hour?
Well, they weren't really allowed to. They just did.
Oh.
I think whatever happened, though, I should imagine if there was a Grand Prix in London, I know who'd win it. Illegal minicab drivers. They were going to hold the Grand Prix in Stoke, but of course those cobble streets, it's no good for suspension, is it?
Don't even do it. Don't even think about doing it. Don't even start the sport.
I'm being nice about Stoke. Stoke's
it's because the engines will overheat if they don't go fast enough.
It's a correct answer. Thank you for 3 points.
Thank you.
Well done, Ben.
The reason the teams exceeded the speed limit was because of the car's engines. They said that travelling at 30, the airflow would be insufficient to cool the engines, and so they would have to do at least 75. There were fears that Formula One wouldn't happen at Silverstone next year, but it's been saved after a mystery benefactor came forward with £9 million. There's no clue as to who it is, but the race is to be called the Mrs. Ray Parlour Grand Prix. The London race was a family day out with mums and dads bringing their children to watch. Even Mrs. Eccleston joined the crowds at the roadside, hoisting an excited Bernie onto her shoulders so that he could see. And at the end of that round, Ian's team has 6 points and Phil's team has 6 points.
Well done.
Time now for the physical challenge, and we've dusted off the cross trainer this week, so if you could bring that on, please.
Oh, crying out loud.
No, never mind. Now, as always, the harder and quicker you go, the quicker that the pictures will be revealed. It's just going to be our regulars this week. Ian's team are going to be up first, and your time, Ian, starts now.
Go on, Whitey. Come on, Snooker, is it?
It's Henry. Henry. Ronnie O'Sullivan. Ronnie O'Sullivan. Yeah, very good. Coming in. George Graham.
George Graham, correct. Well done, Ronnie. George Graham.
I can't.
Go on. Come on. Michael Owen.
Michael Owen is correct. Well done.
Come on. Come on, fast. You can do it.
Go on, Ian.
Captain Kirk. Hendry.
Stephen Hendry, correct.
Come on, Rory.
Go on, Rory.
Hey! Big Norman.
Ernie Els, correct.
Hey! Go on, Ronnie. Get going. Heavy on.
Whistle.
Come on. Shake
I've got to plug that in.
Bobby Moore, correct. You must be the first person, Rory, to ever do a wheelie on a cross track. That was fantastic.
That's raw power.
OK, Phil, your time starts.
All the best, Phil.
Now.
Go on, Phil.
Go on, Phil.
We've got to guess. Rory
Jensen.
Jensen Button. Jensen.
Go on, Phil. Come on, faster. Harder.
Go on, Phil.
Who's that? Is it Lester Piggott?
Yeah.
No, not Lester Piggott. Arsene Wenger, yeah.
He's wearing a silly hat. He's wearing Lester Piggott's hat.
That's my husband. James Bracknell.
Thank you.
Her husband. You could do better. Come on. Faster, Phil, faster.
My husband.
James Hunt.
James Hunt.
Correct.
The one and only.
beautiful.
Go on, Jonathan.
Go on, John.
I'm almost there. Oh. Are you enjoying that, Beverley? Check it out, look at that.
No.
Hey?
Oh, David James.
David James, correct.
Good shout. Go, Rossi, boy.
I might go again. No, I just said I've cooled down now.
Bugsy Malone.
It's, what's his name? Barney Eccleston.
No.
Richie Beno.
Richie Beno, yeah.
Bernie's brother.
Go on, Rossi.
I'm only using my upper body strength.
You look like a great Gatsby up there, sir.
Paul Gascoigne. Lindsay Devonpool.
Corner post.
Maria Shaprova.
Yes, correct.
Oh, great shot. Go on.
OK, so at the end of that, Phil's team has 13 points and Ian's team has 13 points. Round 4 is the photo for Ian's team. This one's yours. See if you can work out who's in here. 3 people.
That's easy.
Claire Balding.
Oh, no,
It's Boris Johnson, the MP for Henley, isn't it? I've seen that look before. It's Tony Adams. Oh, shit. Wondering what that telephone box is doing in his car. Actually, that looks like Ian Dowie, doesn't it?
That middle bit is. The blue eyes and that nose. I think so.
That's it, in doubt, yeah.
The hair.
It's Claire Balding.
I'm just covering it up now.
What's the point in covering up down there and then looking up there? I'm sorry, I'm confused by that. You're going like that.
The bottom bit, I know the bottom bit.
Oh, it's Diego Maradona.
OK, let's see if you've got them correct. Yeah. That was the well-groomed hair of horsey expert Claire Balding, the no-oil painting features of Crystal Palace boss Ian Dowie, and the hangdog mouth of bloated RG cheat Diego Maradona. After the Hand of God goal, Diego Maradona was voted the most hated man in England, as well as Scottish Sports Personality of the Year. Claire Balding's father was the Queen's horse trainer, and as a child, Claire was once given a pony by Her Majesty, with the words, "Put that on Germany to win the World Cup." Ian Dowie is considered the ugliest manager in the Premiership. In fact, when he played, he got a yellow card if he didn't pull his shirt over his head. Phil's team, this one's for you.
Lovely.
Sue's in here.
Claire Balding.
Oh, my God.
Timmy Mallet.
Yeah.
Looks like the love child of Timmy Mallet and Daffy the Duck, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and Deck. and Deck on a snorkelling holiday. Kendo Nagasaki bottom, must be. I've got the hair. The hair is Michael Vaughan.
Michael Vaughan?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The glasses, are they Timmy Mallet? Cliff Richard? Mike Reed?
Biggins. What's his boy's name?
Christopher Biggins?
Yeah. Does he do sports
See, I
commentary?
can't see how Christopher Biggins would fall into these popular sports quiz shows.
John Motson, I reckon, in the middle.
OK.
Vaughan, Motson, Kendo, Pipple.
Let's have a look to see if you're right. We saw the spiky hair of England cricket captain Michael Vaughan, the boyish features of sheepskin-wearing anorak John Motson, and the Japanese gimp mask of 70s wrestler Kendo Nagasaki. Kendo Nagasaki was most famous for wearing a mask to hide his identity while he performed. It was an idea he got from watching Stan Collymore in a Wolverhampton car park. Michael Vaughan played schoolboy cricket with Gary Neville before Neville left to pursue his true love, David Beckham. Michael Vaughan runs his own cricket school in Sheffield. He teaches the batting, Steve Harmison teaches the bowling, but the most popular subject with the pupils is Mr. Tufnell's chemistry class. And at the end of that round, Phil's team has 16 points and Ian's team has 16 points. We end with the name game. The team in the lead goes first, which is neither team. So alphabetically, Ian's team are going to go first. Ronnie, can you pass those along to Rory, please? Your time starts now.
A footballer wants to change his name like Daft as a
Paul
bird.
Gascoigne!
Yes,
Come on,
Brazilian captain, manager of Azerbaijan. You've scored a fantastic goal against England in the 70s. Best goal ever.
Pele!
No.
Carlos Alvarez!
Hey, yeah. You beat them in the Coke Sport Championship.
Ian McCulloch.
Yeah, very good indeed. Do you not like this England manager?
Graham Taylor.
Graham Taylor,
Turner's head.
A Romanian footballer, same surname as the actress Zaza
Gabor.
Yeah, but first name was the guy who founded Rome with his brother Remus.
Julius.
Julius is close enough. Romulus. Yeah. This is an American millionaire. Looks like a leper trying to buy Manchester United.
Glazier.
Yeah,
Glazier.
First name,
Bruce.
something X.
Paul Michael.
You know.
Malcolm.
Yeah,
Malcolm X.
very good. A snooker player, I think a Morse code, dash and...
Dot.
Graham Dot.
Graham Dot, yeah. Welsh defender, plays for, I think he plays for Cardiff or West Brom.
Gabidon.
Yeah, that first name.
David.
No.
So close.
Daniel.
Yeah, Danny, yeah.
Will do, yeah. Related to Kirsty Gallagher, Scottish golfer. Same name as
Gallagher.
Henry.
Stephen
Gallagher. American footballer, somebody who cuts your hair, not yours, obviously. Somebody cuts your hair.
A barber.
Yeah, and his first name... Remember Thor Heyerdahl trying to prove that Polynesians came from South America, built a
Don't
bamboo...
do that. I don't know that kind of stuff. Make it simple.
Clocks go... If clocks...
Tick, tock,
yeah,
tock.
if it was something tocky, it would be...
Ticky.
Ticky.
You've got to go with us.
He can't have Julius. He can't have Julius.
It's not the Julius I'm worried about, it's more Kirsty Gallagher's cousin, which I thought was a little bit unfair, given that his name was Gallagher. Pass it along to Jonathan, please. As many names as you can in the allotted time, and that time starts now.
Most famous rugby player in the country.
Johnny Wilkinson.
Yeah, OK. Very tiny bloke, runs Formula 1.
Hello, Bonnie Eccleston.
OK. Welsh hurdler, same name as Michael and... Well done, yeah. All right, this is a female rower. Second name, when you're a kid, you bash this, but you mustn't. Really. Bishop. OK. All right. Welsh, this is the bloke who broke Beckham's rib.
Oh, what was the Welsh bloke?
Same name as Margaret.
Thatcher. Ben Thatcher.
OK. All right. First name is a tennis player. First name, he doesn't like the manager, Graham
Taylor.
Second name is, if you put a dink in your car, it's like a little tiny...
Smash. Taylor.
Taylor Dent.
Taylor.
All right. Racing driver with a great big, like a face like a satellite dish. All right. This is an Olympic rower. It's what a common person would say this was.
But Ed.
Yeah, Ed.
Sweet.
And then
Ed Coe.
Ed Coe, yeah, OK. All right. Remember the song Israelites by Desmond?
Tutu.
No. Yes, Decker. First name is it's a Viking's name. He's a cyclist. It's similar to Derek, but not quite the same.
Del Decker.
No, not
Derek.
Like a Viking. Eric. OK, all right. Tennis player. First name is same as someone Wagner was a $6 million woman. No, not Robert Wagner. The woman. There was a $6 million woman.
Very good.
Do you think there'd have been as much fear in Saxon villages if the cry went up, "Watch out, Del the Vikings coming"? At the end of all of that, Ian's team has 24, but this week's winner is Phil's team with 25. Let it go, it's done.
Very well done.
Yeah, all right. So thanks to Ian, Rory and Ronnie, Phil, Jonathan and Beverley. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
From William Hague's baseball cap to the Royal Mail changing its name to Consignia. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Next on BBC One. Followed by a film 2004 Meryl Streep special at 11:35.